Good morning, students. So today is my fifth lecture on electrostatic, and today we are going to discuss the numericals which are based on the principle of superposition. In my last classes I have also discussed some numericals related to Coulomb's law, and in this class also we will use Coulomb's law, but we are going to use the principle of superposition also. So basically this kind of numerical are very most important from your competition point of view also. So let's see. So this is our first numerical. An infinite number of charges, each equal to 4 microcoulomb. The value of each charge is 4 microcoulomb. Micro means 10 to the power minus 6. Are placed along x-axis. Now see. And x-axis we have to draw. Consider this x equals to 0. And this is your number line. Along x-axis at x equals to 1. Means when the value of x is equals to 1 meter, a charge is placed. That is 4 microcoulomb. Another charge is placed at x equals to 2. This is also 4 microcoulomb. One more charge is placed at x equals to 4. 3, it is not misplaced, it is not given. It is given 1, 2, 4. Then on 8. And so on. Means next number is going to come 16, 32 and so on. So we have to find actually all these charges. These infinite charges are going to apply force on charge 1 coulomb, and this 1 coulomb charge is placed at origin, that is x equals to 0. A charge of 1 coulomb is placed and we have to find net force on this Q. Now see, first charge, this is first charge, x equals to 1. This is going to apply force on this charge in this direction. Second is also going to apply in this. Third is also going to apply in this, and fourth is also going to apply in this direction, that is towards the left, which means I can add all these forces. Force applied by first charge, that is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. According to Coulomb's law, force is k times of first charge is your 1 coulomb, second it is 4 microcoulomb. So I use here 4 into 10 to the power minus 6, 4 microcoulomb upon the square of distance. What will be the distance between them is 1. So the square of distance. This is your F1. Similarly, your F2 will be, first charge is 1 only, second charge is also 4 into 10 to the power minus 6. Now this time I am taking this two pair, origin and x equals to 2. These two pair are taken here. So the distance will be square of 2. This distance is square of. So third one will be this time this charge and this x equals to 4. This is x equal to 0. This is x equal to 4. So this complete distance is equal to 4. So the square of 4. And so on, you can take many more. So what will be the net force? All these charges are applying force on this in same direction. So we can just add them. And more charges are there. Taking the value of k common, and as well as the both charges are also same. The common quantity I have taken out. So the remaining quantity, that 1 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 16 and so on. So such kind of series we are going to obtain. This is infinite series, sum of infinite series. This value will remain same. I think we know the value of this 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught is 9 into 10 to the power 9, and it is 4 into 10 to the power minus 6. Now what is this? This is a series, and I think if you remember there are two kinds of series, AP and GP. I think in this series we are going to counter is GP. So in GP, what is the sum of GP series? That is A upon 1 minus R. You have to learn this formula. A means the first term of the series. A means the first term of the series, and this R, it is termed here as common ratio. R is termed as the common ratio. Ratio means second term divided by first term. This R is the ratio of which two term? Second term divided by first term. So now simplify it. It will become 36 10 raised to power 3, and on using this formula, first term is your 1 minus the ratio will remain 1 by 4, because second term is this dividing by 1, so the answer will be 1 by 4 only. So on solving this further, so it will become 4 divided by 3, so you will get your value something about it will be 48 into 10 to the power 3 Newton. So this is your net force acting on this charge at origin. Let's move to our next question. Consider the charges Q, Q and minus Q. These are the three charges which are placed at the vertices of an equilateral triangle. Remember, this is an equilateral triangle. What is the force on each charge? Now we have to first draw an equilateral triangle. Now consider it as an equilateral triangle of side A. You can take any X or L, whatever you like. Suppose first charge is written Q, second one it is Q, and the third one it is minus Q. This is your point A, this is your point B, and this one is your point C. We have to find force on each charge. Means we will solve this question in three parts. First of all, we will try to find the force on charge A, then on charge B, then on charge C. Now see what is going to happen. So consider it as for point A. First of all, we'll solve it for point A. This is your point A. This is positive charge. This is positive charge. Now just think, don't take what force is applied by A. You have to just see the force applied on A. B, the charge at B is going to repel the charge at A in this direction. This will be the force applied by B, charge at B. Now see, this is positive and this is negative. So this C is going to attract the charge A. C is going to attract. So this will be the direction of force applied by C. First of all, let's calculate the value of this. Now what is FB? Force applied by this B. According to Coulomb's law, K, first charge, second charge upon the square, that is A square, and the force applied by C, it is also K, Q upon distance is A square. I haven't considered the minus sign because this minus will only show that this nature of the force is attractive. On using here minus Q, it will come that the force is attractive. So there is no need to use negative sign. Just calculate the magnitude. This is the force applied by B. This is a force applied by C, and they both are applying the force on A. So what will be the net force? Now see, we cannot add these two quantities because they are acting in different direction. So we have to use a concept of resultant of two vector. So this will be the resultant net force. And I think if you remember, in order to calculate the resultant quantity, as we know that is FB ka square plus FC square 2 times of FB into FC into cos of theta, where theta is the angle between these two quantity FB and FC. If we know that it is an equilateral triangle, so this angle will be 60. So this remaining angle will be 120 degree. So 120 degree is the angle between them. FB and FC both are equal in quantity, so no need to write them two times. We can just also replace it as here F square plus F square 2 times of F square, and I think you must remember the value of cos 120 because here theta is 120, so cos 120 is minus half. So on solving these two quantity, you will get your F net equals to F square, and what is your F? That is K times of Q square upon A square. So this is the force on point A. So similarly, you can calculate for point B also. There will not any change in the point B. Now see diagrammatically. Now this time this A is going to apply force on B in this direction, and C is going to attract B in this direction. Force applied by A and force applied by C. This time B is not applying any force. We have to find force on B. So just applied by the A and applied by C. A is repelling and C is attracting. So we will calculate the net force in this direction. Here also the angle will be 120 degree. So on solving for the point B, you will get same answer. Your F net will also come to be root of F square, that is F, that is K times of Q square upon A square. So you will get the same result. So let me solve out for point C. Now just see. For point C. Now A is going to apply force on C and B is going to apply force on C. Now this is negative charge and this is positive. So A is going to attract C, force applied by A, and B is also going to attract C, force applied by B. These two forces are acting on C, that is force due to A and force due to B. So according to Coulomb's law, this A is again same K first charge second charge upon square of distance, and B is also same K first charge second charge upon square of distance. But here this time the angle between these two forces is 60 degree because it is an equilateral triangle, so the angle is 60. So again we will take resultant of these two vector, that is F net. So this F net is give you FA square plus FB square 2 times of first second and cos of angle between them, that is cos 60. So on solving it, as we know this FA and FB are equal, so consider it to be at F. So F square plus F square 2 times of F square. The value of cos 60 is 1 by 2. So you will get here at root 3 times of F square. So this will give you root 3 times of F, that is root 3 times of KQ square by A square. So here we have calculated, as per the question it is given, what is the force on each charge. So the charge on the point A, so this is the force on the charge at A, force on the charge at B, and this is the force on the charge at C. So we have calculated force on each charge. Let's move to my next question. 4 equal point charges, means 4 charges are there, each of value 16 microcoulomb, that is 10 to the power minus 6 micro, are placed on the corners of a square. Now this time a square is given and the length of each side of a square is 0.2 meter. Calculate the force on any one of the charge. Now let me draw it. So a square is given to us, and each corner of this square there is a charge of 16 microcoulomb. So let's consider it as Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4 with the point A. Here it is the point B, so this is point C and this is point D, and the side of this square it is 0.2 meter. This is the length of the square. You can consider any one, it is given, calculate the force on any one of the charts. So in this 4 you can take any one, you can consider it as first, second or third. So let's take B for point B. Now this is the point where I am going to calculate the net force. Now which charges are going to apply the force? Just see. A, this is positive, all are positive. This A is going to repel B in this direction, that is force applied by A. What will be the force applied by A? According to Coulomb's law, K first charge second charge and the distance is 0.2, so the square of 0.2. This is the force applied by A. Similarly, C is also going to repel this B, force applied by C. So according to formula, K, first charge, second charge upon distance will remain same, that is 0.2 square. One more charge is there, that is D. This D is also going to repel this B charge. Now this will be the force applied by D. That is force applied by D, K, first charge, that is this first charge, and this is second charge, upon the square of distance. Now here this will not be 0.2 because 0.2 is the sides. This is the diagonal of a square. So you have to calculate the diagonal of a square by using Pythagoras formula. So this is an hypotenuse part. Hypotenuse is square of perpendicular and base, that is 0.2 square plus 0.2 square. So on solving this two quantity, you will get the diagonal. Your diagonal will be, it is something about 0.08. So substitute this value, that is root of 0.08. So these are the three forces which are going to act on the B. So we have to find the net force. Now see, before solving these three, first of all we have to take the resultant of these two. Don't think of FD. Just see, FA and FC, these both are acting perpendicular to each other. So first of all we will take the resultant of these two. We will take the resultant of which two? FA and FC. The resultant of these two will act in this direction. Suppose this is your FAC. FAC is the resultant of both of this. So further we will add this with this quantity. Adding these two quantity, we will get the net force. But first of all we have to find this FAC. FAC means the resultant of FA and FC. That will be the square of first plus the square of second, 2 times of FA into FC, cos of angle, and this time 90, cos 90 0. So this quantity you can neglect. So if you see that these both are equal, FA and FC are equal, so just write it here as F square plus F square, that is root 2 times of F. So your FAC is root 2 times, and what is this is F? This is K times of, as we know that all charges are 16, so K times of 16 microcoulomb into 16 microcoulomb upon the square, that is 0.2 square of distance. This is your FAC. So on further solving we can get this value of FAC is equal to, so on solving you will get the value of this will be something about 81.5 Newton. This is your FAC, and this FAC is acting in the direction of FD. So your net force will be FAC plus force due to D. This FAC is 81.5, and this value of FD, just get it solved down here. This FD, you know the value of this all, that is 9 into 10 to the power 9, 16 into 10 to the power minus 6, again 16 into 10 to the power minus 6, and on cancelling it out 0.08. So you will get the value of something about 28.8 Newton. This is the value of FD, and net force is FAC plus FD, that is 28.8. So the final answer you will get about 110.3 Newton. This is the net force acting on B. In similar you can take A also, C also, and D also. Let's move to the next numerical. Two equal positive charge. Two positive charges are there of 2 microcoulomb, this one and this one. Okay. Interact with each other with a third charge. Now this is your third charge of 3 microcoulomb. The distances are given in figure only, not in the questions. Find the magnitude of the force experienced by this charge. Now we have to find the force. We have to find the net force on this charge 3 microcoulomb. Now who are going to apply the force? This 2 microcoulomb and this 2 microcoulomb. These two charges are going to apply the force on this 3 microcoulomb. Let's draw the diagram again. Now first of all, see, this is 2 microcoulomb and this is point O. This distance is 3 meter. Another 2 microcoulomb is here, and again this distance is 3 meter. Now name this point as A, this is O, and this point as B. Now this is from this O, name this as point C. This distance is 4 meter. Here the charge of 3 microcoulomb. Now see, this is 3, this is 4. I think you can easily calculate with the Pythagoras theorem. On using Pythagoras, 3 square plus 4 square, so this is your 25, your answer is 5. Means this hypotenuse, the value of this hypotenuse is 5 meter, because this is 90 degree. So now this 2 is positive and this is positive. So what this charge is going to do? It is going to repel. This is the force applied by A. Force applied by A on this charge is Fa. Now what will be the value of this Fa? According to Coulomb's, K times of first charge is your 2 microcoulomb and second is 3 microcoulomb upon the square of distance is your 5 square. Similarly, this is 3. See the point B. This is also 3. This is 4. So Pythagoras value, this Pythagoras will be 5 meter. And this is positive, this is positive. So this B is going to repel the charge of C. This B is going to repel. Now let's find the value of this B. Same, K, first charge is 2 microcoulomb, second is 3 microcoulomb, and this square of the distance, that is 5 square. So on solving this quantity, the value of this K is 9 into 10 to the power 9. So substitute it and you will solve, you will get something about 2.16 10 to the power minus 3 Newton, and this is also same, 2.16 10 to the power minus 3 Newton. We haven't calculated yet the net force. We have calculated force due to A and force due to B. Now we have to find the net force. Now here we cannot take the resultant here, this, because we don't know the values of theta. So let's see, we can use another concept of resolution. In resolution, we split a vector in horizontal and vertical component. Now just draw a vertical line and horizontal line. If suppose this is angle theta, then vertically this will be the theta, and same if this will theta, then on vertically this angle is also going to be theta. This complete angle is theta. Now see, on resolving this component, it will become here FB cos theta, because this from this side it is making an angle theta. So your component of FB, it will come FB cos theta, and this will be FB sin theta. Similarly, taking the component of this FA, this FA is making an angle with this side. So here will be one more component, it is FA cos theta, and this component will be your FA sin theta. Now look carefully, FB sin theta and FA sin theta are equal and opposite. See the direction of both of them. FA and FB, you must note it down that FA and FB both are equal, but these two quantities are equal and opposite, so they will cancel out each other. So the net force will be only due to FA cos theta plus FB cos theta, because both are acting in the same direction. So we will add these two components, which will give us the net force. Now FA and FB both are equal in magnitude. So 2.16 into 10 to the power minus 3 into cos of theta plus again 2.16 into 10 to the power minus 3 of cos theta. Better taking it as 2 times. So 2 into 2.16 10 to the power minus 3 cos theta. Now substituting the value of this 2, it is 4.32 into 10 to the power minus 3. Now comes cos theta. You can consider any of the two triangles. If I consider this triangle, this is theta, so this will be the perpendicular, this is base and this is your hypotenuse. Cos theta is base upon hypotenuse, base upon hypotenuse. So your base is 4 and your hypotenuse is 5. So on solving this quantity, you will get your net force is equal to, it will be something about 3.456 into 10 to the power minus 3 Newton. So this is your net force. So completing this video, again I am saying you can download all these video lectures in PDF from the link given in your description. So first of all, you download the PDF and then you go through this video. It will be more easier for you to understand. Thank you.